here on Tesla, you can see that, of course, when you're taking a look at any of the vehicles, of course, right now, Model Ys have inventory discounts $4,000 to maybe $5,000 off. Plus, they just dropped the price pretty recently, $1,000. And on top of that, we're also, we're not even at the end of February, and we're certainly not at the end of March. So that's when we're going to see some better deals for the discounts. Of course, there's the $7,500 federal tax credit, but now on a Model Y, that can be on a lease or on a finance purchase. So you're going to get that full $7,500. But really, the first thing is if you are someone that is not eligible for this $7,500 federal tax credit, if you're someone that makes above these incomes, $300,000 for married, $225,000 for a head of household, and $150,000 for single people, then leasing could make sense because you get the full $7,500 on a lease, but you cannot buy out a lease at the end of the term. So it's kind of a catch-22 when you lease a Tesla, when you get these fantastic lower lease payments. Not on this one because it has an inventory or it's a demo vehicle, but let's say it's this one right here, which is not a demo vehicle, so you should be able to lease this one. You will see that it is a lower monthly payment. In fact, $415 a month with $2,500 down. If you were to compare this equal to a Tesla finance, that's financing is $636 if you factor in the federal tax credit, so over $200 more for financing versus leasing. So you could probably see that leasing is a lower monthly payment and arguably more attractive. But when you lease a Tesla, you cannot buy it out at all. That is one of the first cons for leasing a Tesla. There's no buyout. You must turn it back into Tesla or the bank, and then they buy it back and probably sell it to Tesla, and then Tesla sells it as a used vehicle. So that's one of the things with that. There's no pay down of equity, whereas if you lease any other type of vehicle, you can usually buy it out and take advantage of any equity at the end of it, like pay off, and then resell it at a higher amount. So that's kind of like one thing. It's purely a rental. And so if you're someone that is waiting for like the Model Y Juniper, but you want or need a vehicle today, then maybe a 2-year lease could make some sense for you. But there's a lot more cons to leasing that you might not be aware about. There's more fees on top of leasing. There's like an acquisition fee and a disposition fee. Acquisition fee is something where you pay at the beginning to start the lease, and a disposition fee, which is around $300 to $400 a month, is here it is, $395 a month at the end of the lease term that you must pay on top of any sort of wear and tear items at the end of the day with leasing. If you don't know what that could be, because Tesla expects, not a perfect vehicle, but they do expect a vehicle that does not have any sort of damages, does not have any sort of dings, curb rash, or anything like that. And so you can quickly Google like end of lease or end of Tesla lease inspection or something to that effect, and you'll see plenty of threads of people that have had certain experiences like this one right here. Of course, this was 2 years ago, but this is a good reference point. You can see, shout out to Rock Bottom for posting this on Reddit. Lease return excess wear charges $5,400, and you got the full list right here. Front bumper scratch $500, rear quarter panel dent $400, rear fender dent another $400. So most likely this car was not necessarily taken in the best type of condition, but you can see that Tesla is definitely going to be inspecting their vehicles at the end of the lease. So not necessarily a con, but just something you need to be aware about, because leasing, you can't just beat on the car or keep it in whatever condition and turn it back. Tesla will try and get their money back, but we've certainly heard of some like end of lease excess wear waivers, but that's only if you lease another Tesla after that. So you kind of get into this weird cycle with leasing a Tesla on and on again. But if you're looking for the lowest monthly payment for your Tesla, that's where channel sponsors like Tenet come into play. Tenet is an improved Tesla financing partner. It can get you the lowest monthly payment for your Tesla because they can do this by deferring a portion of the loan, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. Thanks for jumping in on this topic. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any comments in the live stream comments.